It's insane, this guitar, dude.
This guitar is an old friend of mine made it, and the guitar is also an old friend of mine.
When I write songs, I'm going to use my own language until I'm dead. Yeah.
It's always, the community is just so driven around one thing, and that's music. So, yeah. And the connections with other artists that you can make too.
That is the coolest part.
Really
That is
find
100%.
people who are kind of on the same wavelength as you.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think when it comes down to it, people would rather go out and listen to music and forget about everything else, you know.
Definitely healing. Music's an amazing thing in this life, and I don't know what I would do without it.
I feel like it's the thing that makes me feel the most me. Like I feel the most comfortable as like a human being when I'm playing music. And
I think it's part of my true identity that makes me who I am.
For me to sing or to listen to allows me to like tap into something that I don't necessarily have access to at any other time. Emotions or just a really great feeling of being connected to like everyone and everything.
I think that music for me is an emotional outlet. My brain really shuts off and I can be present and in the moment when I'm playing music. Also when I'm writing music, it's a great avenue emotionally as well.
Right? What you see, baby? What you want, baby? What you need now? What you got, baby? What you somehow? What you need, baby? What you need now? What you got, baby? Make it somehow. What you want, mama? What you need now? Won't die. Won't die. People put it down. Don't know what to do. So confused. Nothing is true. What you want, baby? What you need now? What you got, baby? Take it somehow. What you need, mama? What you need now? Won't die. Yeah. Won't try. Gotta tell you about it, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. What you want, baby? Something on your mind. What you need, baby? Satisfied. What you need, mama? Trouble on my mind. What you need, girl? No, I'm alright.
time the train go by. Yeah. That reminds me of the old days, y'all. What you want, girl? Try to do it right. What you need, baby? Make it all right. Oh, mom, what you gonna try? It's all right. Won't die. What you need, baby? It's all right. Wanna die? Gotta try. All right, y'all. We're gonna roll down that road, y'all. Hello, everybody. My name is Keith Scott. I'm blues guitarist working out of Chicago for, I hate to say it, the last 40 years. Moved up there from Gainesville, Florida to pursue a life of music. Got there, I met all the greats, and Buddy Guy, Junior Wells, Albert Collins, Sammy Lawhorn, and just immersed myself into that Chicago scene. Got hired, got paid, drove every night down to places like Teresa's, Checkerboard Lounge, and I was just in heaven. And then started going on the road, got asked on the road by kind of a famous guitar player named Jimmy Dawkins, and went all over Europe. And that's when I first started coming to Canada. He took me up to the King Eddie in Calgary and Regina and Vancouver, the Yale. We left the drummer in Edmonton one time. And I forgot his name, but he wasn't too happy. And then after that stint, started doing my own thing around Chicago, playing all kinds of great gigs. Got involved in the rock scene there too. Some of the people I played with went on to play with the Smashing Pumpkins, and my best friend recently got the gig with Bryan Adams, and playing bass with him, although he just kind of got let go. But he had me come to see them in Detroit. It's pretty incredible. Although I didn't get backstage, I was hoping to meet those guys, But and everything else, I'm just putting out my 10th CD. It's on order when I get back home. Should be there waiting for me, and got a lot of stuff ready to go too, and really increased my traveling in the last few years. Been to Ireland a few times. I've been to Australia twice now, and this year my big one was played in Tokyo and all over Japan. So can't say I'm getting rich, but I keep on doing it. It's called Salt on the Mind, baby. Tonight. that you're wrong. Trying to tell you what to do. Something down here, baby. Give me the lonesome blues. I got something in mind, baby. Mom, I just don't know where to go. You know it's a lonesome feeling when you sure don't know where to go. Let's take it home. I gotta shake this feel, man. Don't know where to go. It's all in mind. I just don't know where to go. Yeah. I have to say I'm really glad to be where I'm at right now in the Skeena Valley. And this is one of my favorite places, and it was a dream to have come up here and originally to fish, but now I play gigs all over, and all my friends kind of are up here in the Pacific Northwest and Seattle area, and everything is good. Playing tonight locally here in Terrace, so can't say enough about the area. And I'd like to thank Storm for having me out in this interview. Storm Carroll, man. We met just real quick. I was fishing on the Zimacord River up here, and this guy came down the river in this raft. They were all yelling, him and his buddies, and they were drinking. I was thinking, oh man, he's messing up my fishing spot. But then he said, hey, you're the guy that's playing at the Sherwood Mountain Brewery tonight. And I said, yeah, that's me. So anyway, we became friends, and you know, he came out and played with me, and anyway, everything is that's kind of all I got to say, and looking forward to continuing on.
Bring you back.
Well, I think it's the wild of the Skeena River. You know, I know it's the last steelhead holdout, and I spent a few years reading about, you know, the Skeena and the Kispiox and the Bulkley, and then I read about all the great authors from the famous fly fishers like Haig Brown and Steve Raymond and Art Lindgren, and you know, it was just one of those dreams to come up here. You know, I started going out to Seattle, and it's beautiful out there, but this is another world up here. And luckily, yeah, I like the ocean here too, and Prince Rupert, and the people. It's just a great environment, and I guess that's why people come from all over the world to come here. Actually, they'd be very jealous that I'm here. You know, I can't. The only thing that slowed me down was COVID. I had to take a few years off from coming here, but I came back, and everything is still the same. So beautiful as ever.
What do you?
Oh, probably that. I don't know if Taj Mahal wrote it, but the Fishing Blues is definitely the best. And he's the best. He's a fisherman too. And unfortunately, I never got to meet him, but I know he'd love it up here. And Huey Lewis comes up here from the news. He comes up here and steelhead fish. Did you know that? He comes to Smithers every year and stays at Hudson Bay Lodge and fishes, you know. I'm just continue. Been doing a lot of writing, and I'm doing a lot of acoustic stuff. I go out solo most of the time, and a little bit few festivals. I just did Calgary Blues Fest, and I played Roots and Blues Salmon Arm, and I'd like to get involved in more of that, and maybe some folk societies, and I don't know. I just see what. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, so I just kind of find my own groove of what I'm doing, and as long as I can keep it going, it's good enough, man. Well, definitely people like everything from John Lee Hooker to Buddy Guy to Muddy Waters to Bo Diddley. But as you were saying, I also like, lately I listen to a lot of bluegrass, and I like rock music, and I kind of listen to a lot of country lately. The old country is really cool. You know what? It's waking up and not being under pressure. Just getting sleep, drinking some good coffee like we just did, and kind of try to keep things simple. That's what I do.
And you think you're going to keep on coming up here every fall?
Yeah, I plan on continue it, That's what they said up in Smithers. I said he comes every fall. But I think I was thinking of changing it up this October, but then at the end I just pulled the plug and got my ticket for coming up here, It's an interesting flight up here, but I love it. Treat him for me, yeah. It's a shame, baby, the way you treat for me, yeah. I'll give you everything, girl, and you just won't let poor me be. Don't know where you go. I try to stop you, but you sure got me down on this killing floor. It's a shame the way little girl you treat for me. I just try to stop you, baby, but you won't let poor me be. Right. You took everything, girl, but you just gonna stay all night. It's a shame, yeah, where you treat poor me. I try to please you, baby, and you just won't let poor Keith be. But you know what, girl? I'm gonna carry on. We're gonna do it like we used to, yeah. Chicago style, come on. You run around, baby, every which way in that. I can't please you, it's a natural fact. It's a shame, baby, that way you treat poor me. Try to stop you, baby, and you just won't let poor Keith be. But I love you anyway, baby. I think we got it, y'all. greasy, greasy, y'all. One more time, baby. It's a shame, shame, shame. The way you're treating poor me. Lord, it's a shame, shame, shame. You know, I try to stop you, girl, and you. Wait a second, honey. You just won't let poor Keith be. Hey! Well, I'm leaning more towards just a solo performance, but I do play some pretty cool electric shows around Chicago sometimes. And it's just, you know, it's kind of hard to go out there and try to keep a band out there and book and deal with people. What I love to do, if somebody really wants like my electric and acoustic, they just provide, you know, a band wherever I go. And then I meet the local people, and I usually learn a lot from them. And I'd rather keep it like that. I don't have the brain power to keep a band together and get in a van and drive on the road. And I don't know if anybody's going to start flying us around or whatever. So, and I like playing out of the way places. Like I was telling you, I played in Whitehorse. That was a goal. I don't know if anybody wants to travel to Whitehorse. Played all through Alaska, and then I can fish too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is fishing a big part of where you play?
Well, originally it was, but now I kind of really like the playing, man. You know, but I got it. You know, but I don't. I'm not fishing. But there was a while though. I was trying to get to every river in BC. You know, I got through a bunch of them.
And then where can people find your stuff?
Oh, on Spotify, Keith Scott Blues, all over it. And also my website, heavyblues.com. That's the best way. You can get in touch with me there too. Try to keep it pretty updated. My web guy's living in Austria right now, and he's not been answering the phone much, but hopefully he will soon.
Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm glad people come out and listen to the music. I thought they were going to, you know, I thought this was going to be blasé after a while, but the interest is there, you know. So, I mean, I keep on getting phone calls, so. Yeah, I think so, man. I think when it comes down to it, people would rather go out and listen to music and forget about everything else, you know. And it brings kind of all people together. That's what I think. Not just my music, but I think in general, just performances, just people, you know, make people realize what it's all about. And all the other stuff can go away quickly.
All right, thanks for coming out, Keith.
You're welcome. It was great, man. Thank you.
Cheers.
Couple minutes on E, y'all. You know what? There was a spider going up and down while I was doing it. It was awesome.